Hello, welcome to another day here at the channel for Liberty Crypto Guy. Today, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, as always, and maybe some other things. So, Bitcoin today looks like on the 4-hour chart, we are still above the ribbon. That's good. And recognizing chart patterns will probably be a helpful thing that we can do so that you can look at the chart and you can kind of see what's going on. Definitely a helpful tool. So, for example, let's just get rid of these indicators. Now we can take this and we can draw little lines on the chart like we had talked about earlier. So on the 4-hour chart here, we have a trend line that we can draw. We can kind of draw it from, we'll start it right here because this is the important part. And if we draw our trend line from the bottoms of the candle, we've got something like this. And then we can draw it also across the top like this. And what does it look like it makes? It looks like it's making a triangle, and that would be correct. So if we don't break through here, then we could come back down to about 27,500, and if we bounce, then we're just consolidating in this range until we break higher. And then once we break it, we can use this as a example of how high we could go. So then you take that and let's say we break out here, and that gives us a target of 28,448. So, and if we could break that, we make more of like a giant W pattern. And W's in the crypto market stand for win. Winner, winner. From that good movie, Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner, 21. Not that I'm promoting watching movies or anything, but if you did, that's an interesting movie about blackjack. So down, if we take this down to the bottom here, and we put that at our breakout zone, which would be up here, then our target becomes 29,687. So we're very close to breaking out of some of these patterns. And what if we zoom out to the daily chart? What's that look like? Well, let's go to our nice little auto feature here. Auto loads. Oh, and what do I see? And do you see it too? But possibly a giant, gargantuan W breakout pattern. So if we take that from the bottom to the top, and then we move this to the breakout point, and then we check out where our target is, 40,406. If we zoom out to the weekly, do we see anything else interesting? No, not really. So, the whole point of this exercise is to show that we are gaining momentum here. Or we could be doing something like this and retesting this trend line. If we retest the trend line and break back above it and hold it as new support, we could continue to trend up. And then right now, our halving is set for right about here. So this is where the next halving happens. And I'm guessing by the next halving, if we don't get a Bitcoin spot ETF, we'll be trading around 35,000. because if we do a little math, last time we were trading at about 8,000, which is 40% of the all-time high. So if we go 69,000 and we multiply that by 40%, that gives us 41,400. So somewhere between 35 and 40,000 if we're going to hold true to what happened last time. Doesn't always, it's not always the same. History doesn't always repeat, but it rhymes. So currently, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the charts. Now, what's our interesting news out there for today? News stories. Looks like FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried begins his trial. Sam Bankman-Fried lost $500,000 every day from Alameda, but he made billions in his crypto exchange FTX. The question was, did he do it intentionally, or was it just because he didn't know what he was doing? I think the evidence kind of points towards he intentionally took people's money so that he could make money and just live the lifestyle. He was rude to people. But I think also, unfortunately, that other people told him what to do and he just kind of followed their orders. So that's what I think about the SBF trial. I think this is also just a distraction for people. The real deal is whether we get this spot Bitcoin ETF or not. And if we do, then the price of Bitcoin could go up quite a bit, because once again, the halving is going to happen in next April. And let's just go back here to what happened in the last halving. You can see in short order what happened here. So our halving was in May, right in this point, back in 2021. Huge green candle the next month. Now, of course, we had the crash back here beforehand. But green candle, sideways, and then straight up. The straight up started about October. So from May to October, 5 to 10, we're talking about 5 months. 4 or 5 months, but generally the trend after the halving, parabolic. So if we get the spot Bitcoin ETF, generally after the halving, the trend, I believe, is going to be parabolic. Right now in the 4 hour, we can see our little breakout zones. Now we're getting a little pullback right now. 27.7. We got rejected off of these points. So this works as resistance. Now if we can get above it, it could become new support. So we could be testing back down to that level I talked about, the 27,500, for a later breakout down the road. And that breakout point usually happens in this area at about 70% of the pattern completion. So this point here, by October 11, it says we should be breaking out of this pattern. So as long as we can maintain our levels, we'll be good. That's it for now, and we'll see you next time.